everyone, it's Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com. Thank you guys so much for joining me for today's Tuesday tip. Now, we have been talking during the month of May 2022 about some fun ways that you can give the gift of a gift card or cash. It's that time of year. We've got Mother's Day and Father's Day and graduation and weddings. This is going to be a fantastic video, a great way that you can create a pocket card. Again, just a fun, different idea for giving that gift. Let me show you what a pocket card is. So there is our pocket. You see that just pulls right out. And inside, we've got a little place you can put some cash. You could put a gift card. Either one, you can actually leave that off completely and just have a great card. By the way, that's going to fit into our medium-sized A2 envelope, so you can mail that project too. And I even have a free diagram for you to go along with it, so you'll have no problems creating this project very quickly. Let's get started with our pocket cards today. So we're going to create the Father's Day card today, but remember, this card can be anything you need it to be. You're just going to change that focal image. Let me pull in the supplies I need so you know what you need to create the card. So you're going to pick your favorite designer series paper. I'm going to use Hey Sports Fan. And this is a great way to use up if you've got some half sheets of designer series paper, because this started out as a 6 by 12. And what I did is I have one piece here that is cut 6 inches by 9 1/4. And then I have another piece that's 2 inches by 6 inches. So I just cut part of that off, not a big deal. And that's going to be used to hold the pocket. Now, let's talk about that pocket. We're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock. I'm going to use some soft succulent, although evening evergreen would look great here too. All right, this is a little bit different measurement, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it's a little bit smaller than a quarter sheet. That's so it can fit inside the pocket. And then I have a piece of very vanilla 3 3/4 by 5. That's what's going to go on there. Now for our focal image on the front, of course, you're going to use whatever works for you and whatever works for your stamp set. I've got some soft suede, 2 3/4 by 3. I have some very vanilla, 2 1/2 by 2 3/4 to go on right there. And then we're also going to use some linen thread. This is great for masculine cards. And hey, stick around. I've got a really great masculine tip for you as well. And the stamp set of the day is Wildlife Wonder. Guys, can I just tell you a quick thing about this stamp set? When I saw it, I wasn't crazy about it until a friend of mine sent me a card. And once you stamp these images, it's gorgeous. Again, great for masculine cards. And I love this to a great guy and for all the great things you do. I thought it was perfect for Father's Day. All right, so let's get started. We're going to go ahead and get our stamping all done. So I'm going to take that soft suede ink pad. And I thought this wolf was just perfect for this card. I'm going to stamp that there at the bottom of my cardstock. And look at that. I caught the edge of my stamp. I hate it when I do that, but it's a good thing Stampin' Up! Has double-sided paper. It's magic. So I'm going to just stamp that there on the other side. Ta-da! Yeah, always a way to fix a problem. Now, let's stamp our greeting, that fabulous sentiment. We're going to do that in the evening evergreen. And we're going to say here, to a great guy. And look, it's like this little spot is just waiting for me to stamp that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and bring in that other piece of very vanilla. And let me go ahead and stamp for all the great things you do. And this one's so easy. We're just going to stamp it up here in the upper left corner. Stamping done. All right, I'm going to be using my Simply Scored board to do the scoring. But remember, you can do this on your paper trimmer as well. Now, I'm going to bring in that diagram that I told you about because this is what makes it so fast. So we're going to take our 9 3/4 of an inch, and we're going to put that up at the top. And then we're going to score at 2 3/4 and 7 inches. So we'll go 2 3/4 and 7 inch. Now we'll rotate it around, and you see we just need a 5/8 of an inch. Guys, 5/8 is the little line in between the half and the 3/4. That's all the scoring we need to do. You're going to love this part because neatness doesn't count. Don't you love it? So there's a little rectangle here on the side, and we're going to trim that away. You're going to do that on both sides. And yeah, like I said, Neatness doesn't matter. It's all going to be hidden. You won't even see it. Okay, so we're going to cut that off. Now this part, neatness does count. So hey, I have one thing you're going to be neat on. On these edges, we want to miter it because we want it to kind of look like a nice envelope. So I'm going to cut from the inside to the outside. So I'm just cutting like a little piece of pizza, little piece of pie. And you want it to kind of be about the same distance on the other side. Again, you don't have to measure anything, but that makes it really nice and clean. All right, not to worry if you have missed any of the measurements because I've got that free download for you that includes that diagram. Now, you'll find that at simplysimplestamping.com, or the quickest way, just look down in the YouTube description. I've got a direct link to today's post where you can click the blue button and download that. Hey, while you're there, if you want to order any of the supplies, you can do that too, right there, simplysimplestamping.com. I would love to be your demonstrator. All right, so we've got everything cut and scored. I'm going to show you how to put the card together. First things first, I want to take my bone folder, and you're going to very gently use your bone folder to crease your score lines, okay? Designer series paper can be kind of delicate, so you don't want to give it too hard of a crease. Now we need to press these two pieces together, but I've got a little tip for you. So I'm going to come in with my adhesive, and I'm going to go all the way down the outside edge right there. Now on this side, we're going to do it on the inside because these two are going to go together. So we'll go down this side. We want to make sure this is good and sealed. Now we just bring those together. All right, we're good, right? We've got both of those sealed. Now for this bottom area, same thing. This is why I said neatness doesn't count, remember? Because down there, you won't even see it. So we bring that up, and guys, that's your quick and easy envelope. Now I cut a little notch out of mine, okay, so that people could easily pull the gift card out. And so we're going to bring in our layering circles dies. You could also do this with a circle punch if you had the punch, but I'm just going to pick a circle. There's no right or wrong here. And we're just going to run this through our die machine, and we're just going to cut a little notch. And we're just going to center up that circle die. And you notice I'm just taking just a tiny little nip, okay? We're not taking a full half circle, anything like that, just as long as we get a little nip out of it. And when you die cut it, we're going to have that. Now, remember that strip, that 2 by 6 inch strip? We're going to do the exact same thing here. We're just going to center it up and just take a little nip. This is optional, but I just think it looks nice. It kind of adds a little something. So let me go die cut this, and it's going to look a little something like that. Okay, it's time to put our pocket card together. We're going to start with the inside, okay? Now, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to add some adhesive right along the bottom of my Very Vanilla cardstock. We're going to take this piece, and you're going to want to center up that circle, that little circle notch that you cut out. And it doesn't matter if you didn't get it straight. As long as we are kind of straight left and right, we're good to go. When you've got that, give that a press. Now this, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of miter. Remember how we mitered before? We're going to miter again. Neatness does not count here. This is on the back. But this is what's going to allow when these fold over that I don't get that bunched up there on the side. So we're just going to give those a little fold, a little adhesive on the ends, and then we can just press those down. Now let's take this, and we're going to adhere that right there on that soft succulent. And that's going to slide right into your pocket. Now let's decorate the front. The first thing I'm going to have you do is adhere that soft suede. We're going to adhere that onto the front of our pocket. So we'll just line that up, center, we're good. Now we're going to take that baker's twine, I'm sorry, that would be the linen thread. And I'm going to put some adhesive, well, come on adhesive, there we go. Just a little dab, and I'm going to adhere my linen thread down. I like to keep it on the spool for this, and you're going to wrap it around however many times you want. I think I'm going to go like 5. And then I'm going to press that down again to the adhesive, and I'm good. Now at this point you can spread this out, you can kind of do whatever you want, but I'm not too worried about anywhere where it's kind of twisted, not going to show, but we do want to kind of go ahead and get that set where we want it. All right, I'm happy with that. Remember that great sentiment that we made? This one, and my little messy spot, this one will go on with Stampin' Dimensionals. Now, I don't want any dimensionals going down the middle because we've got that linen thread right there. So what we're going to do is pop that over that linen thread. That means we don't get any of that bulk inside there. I'm so embarrassed. I guess it helps if you take the backings off the Stampin' Dimensionals. Oh, once again, I probably should have had 4 cups of coffee before I shot a video. Not a problem. Look at that. There we go. That is done. I'm going to go ahead and pull my pocket out. And you can see you can add a gift card, slide that right back in. As I said, it's going to fit right inside one of our medium, very vanilla envelopes. Perfect, right? You see, I just stamped on the front. And guys, I told you I had a really great trick, and I forgot to show it to you. So I'm going to show it to you now. And that was a little fun trick you can do with your soft suede cardstock. We want it to look a little more masculine, right? So I'm going to show you a fun tip. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to open them up. By the way, these are paper snips, super sharp, so please be careful. And you're just going to run this along the edge of the cardstock. And do you see that great torn, kind of shredded edge? I don't know what it is about the men, but we kind of like things to be rough and textured. And you see that one even kind of cut in. That's okay. It really does just give it more depth, more detail. So there's no right or wrong. By the way, you're going to get a little mess here, so be aware of that. But yeah, you just take this, run your scissors along the edge. You see all the great texture going on. And then this is what it looks like when it's on the card. So yeah, let's just say Connie was showing you a quick and easy, or if you want to take it up a notch, you can do that too, because I still think this card looks great, but it's such a fun technique, and I wanted you guys to see that one. On my Mother's Day card, I used the Happy and Heartfelt stamp. Happy Mom Day and All Day Your Way. I love this. So this one, I also used this scallop contours dies, stamped my Happy Mom's Day, colored in with a Stampin' Blend. And this paper, you notice, is different. Well, that's actually the other side of my designer series paper. And here's what I loved about this. Guys, this was Valentine paper that was left over. But when I saw that little heart in my Happy Mom Day, I said, hey, perfect way to use up some of my designer series paper that was very seasonal, and we don't need it seasonal anymore, right? So yeah, get creative with what you have. And let me tell you, when it comes to masculine cards, go look at some of your Christmas paper. You might find some beautiful deep green Christmas paper that would also work great for this card. Pocket cards. You can't lose with a great pocket card to give the gift of cash or a gift card. Thank you everyone so much for joining me. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up on YouTube. I always appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed, click that great big red subscribe button so YouTube can let you know whenever I'm back with a new video. Have a fabulous day, everybody. Can't wait to stamp with you again. Bye-bye.